So I have been seeing a lot of comments and also other creators praising the adult jokes in early Spongebob. Matter of fact, I've seen a certain creator saying that modern Spongebob is bad, pretty much solely because
there aren't really any adult jokes anymore, which takes away from the quality of the show.
Not only is this not true, but I don't think Spongebob needs adult jokes at all.
Hey!
So there were obviously adult jokes in pre-movie Spongebob. We of course have classic stuff like the sports channel.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Don't Drop 'em, and the coin slots.
I can't find the coin slot! Here it is!
But let's be honest, are any of these jokes someone's favorite? I'm not saying they aren't good, but people quoting SpongeBob are usually quoting other jokes than the adult ones.
Where's the leak, ma'am?
You okay, Patrick?
Finland!
For example, Patrick, his most iconic jokes aren't adult jokes, they are just funny jokes.
Hey, Patrick, are you angry too?
Yeah,
What's the matter?
I can't see my forehead.
I don't know, man, when people say that adult humor was what made the first seasons good, I just feel like that really devalues the great comedy of pre-movie SpongeBob.
If you don't get out of here, then by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife.
What is going on in here?
You may kiss the bride.
Contrary to what people like certain YouTubers said about pre-movie SpongeBob having jokes for the kids to laugh at and other jokes for the adults, I, as an adult, would say there is no separation mostly.
That's great, SpongeBob. Why don't you work on this problem back in the kitchen?
I'm serious, Squidward. Mr. Krabs is a robot, and I can prove it too.
How did you...
I watched the show with my little brother and he won't get most of the adult jokes, but we were still both laughing out loud at the same hilarious jokes in the first seasons.
Land on your bottom! It'll cushion the impact of the fall!
Like this?
No, your other bottom!
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Not until 4.
Okay, but let's say hypothetically that old SpongeBob was funny only because it had adult humor. Then explain why you aren't laughing at the modern seasons, because you guessed it, they have adult humor too.
Hello? So, what are you wearing? Oh, in that case, can I get a large pepperoni pizza, extra cheese? Thanks.
I would say it's a bit less than in the first seasons, but there are still many non-friendly jokes, like after season 3.
It only seemed to increase their appetite for wieners.
We need stronger tactics.
Right, something that would make Mr. Krabs' whole wiener thing blow right up in his face.
Yeah.
And I'm not laughing at them. So maybe it's just as simple as the jokes in pre-movie being well written.
This is the end.
No, it's not, Squidward.
It's not?
And not pre-movie having sex jokes and post-movie not having sex jokes. The pre-movie jokes were often very witty and clever, but this was not because they were adult jokes. It's just well-written comedy.
My friends don't hang out at Weenie Hut Junior's.
You tell him, SpongeBob.
Patrick, what are you doing here?
I'm always here on Double Weenie Wednesday.
Actually, they moved Double Weenie Wednesday to Friday. And besides, today's Monday.
Oh, so it's Mega Weenie Monday?
That's now on Sunday.
Barnacles!
And these jokes were not as present anymore after the first movie, and eventually just kind of disappeared completely.
Isn't that sad?
Yes, I suppose that is rather sad.
It was never about the jokes being adult or dirty or anything. Those jokes existed, but they were only one small part of the show's humor.
Patrick, you can't. That's it. Patrick, your genius is showing.
Where?
The difference in why jokes work in early SpongeBob and not in modern SpongeBob don't have anything to do with being dirty or anything like that. By that logic, everyone's favorite episode gotta be Sailor Mouth.
Nice day we're having, huh?
Did he just say?
Aye, he did. Hey, Patrick, how the are ya?
Pretty good, Spongebob.
And no one would find episodes like Wet Painters, Chocolate with Nuts, and Bang Geeks funny because, guess what? These episodes barely have any quote-unquote adult jokes.
Remember, Patrick, flatter the customer. Make him feel good.
Hello?
I love you.
They have jokes that adults and kids can find funny.
We're not getting paid to move stuff.
Patrick, we're not getting paid at all.
Well, that's what I said. We're not getting paid, and that's final.
Okay, we'll just paint around all this stuff.
Good. Just don't pay me.
And just to make it clear, what I'm arguing here is not that the adult jokes in all the SpongeBob wasn't funny, or that they didn't add to the show's comedy. But I am arguing that saying that SpongeBob, a kids show, needs adult jokes, or that the disappearing of said adult jokes would make the show worse, is to me dumb. It's like saying an adult comedy needs kid jokes. Now, adult comedy, adult comedy shows can have more kid humor in them, but that's not gonna be what makes or break the show. Unless it's too much of it, but then it wouldn't really be an adult comedy. Just like if SpongeBob had a lot more adult jokes, it wouldn't really be a kids show.
You said it yourself. This is man's country. And let's face it, Pat. We're just kids.
We're not kids.
Open your eyes, Patrick! We blow bubbles, we eat ice cream, we worship a dancing peanut for corn's sake!
Because if old SpongeBob was just so full of adult jokes that kids wouldn't get, how did SpongeBob become the most popular show ever on a kids network? Kids would not love SpongeBob if every joke was a dirty joke, because they wouldn't get it and they wouldn't find it funny. Pre-movie SpongeBob had a few jokes like that, but most episodes didn't. Clever lines and jokes, yes, but the adult thing has been blown out of proportion with clips on Twitter and stuff. This one is not even real.
I'm down here, sir.
What are you doing, lad?
Squidward said I could help by burying myself.
Quit fooling and come on out. I need you to be in the commercial.
If one of these adult jokes was never in the pre-movie episode, it would be a net neutral for the episode. Because if they never made, I don't know, the doubloons joke, for example, no kid would get that joke, right? But if it wasn't in there, it would instead be another joke, like a joke that kids would get, I guess, and that joke would be funny, because that's what it was always about. The show just had good jokes in the first seasons.
I guess I'll have to find a new best friend. Hey, Squidward!
No.
Aw.
At least to me, boiling down early SpongeBob's greatness to it just having adult jokes is like saying it was only good because it had old people jokes.
Oh, pardon me, young lady. What a fox.
Yeah, that was something that was there and it was good jokes, but you're missing the bigger picture. I wanna make a bigger video about how early SpongeBob really perfected comedy, but I can just say that jokes like this are just objectively funny.
Goodness lesson number 1. You see someone drop their wallet. Patrick, drop the wallet. Now, what would you do?
Excuse me, sir, but I do believe you've dropped your wallet.
Doesn't look familiar to me.
What? I just saw you drop it. Here.
Nope, it's not mine.
It is yours. I am trying to be a good person and return it to you.
Return what to who?